In this video, we're gonna discuss our ecotourism management plan in Alton's Peak. The Alton's Peak is located at the upper part of Barangay Anolon, Hindang, Leyte. Anolon is a barangay in the municipality of Hindang in the province of Leyte. Its population as determined by the 2020 census was 643. The Alton's Peak is a hilltop site which is surrounded by mountains and is nearby of the famous nature park named Hindang Nature Park or Bunto Cave. And it's perfect for growing fruits and vegetables because it has a cold temperature not exceeding 3 degrees Celsius. The fresh air coming from the trees in the nearby hills added a chill but relaxing experience in the site. According to the 2015 census in Barangay Anolon, their household was broken down from 627 to 154 households, which evaluated as an average of 4.07. The infrastructure of the site includes cottages, a house built for the owner that can only be used by guests. Because the area is still underdeveloped, the only infrastructure that has been constructed is the cottages that can be seen in the area. Because the peak is yet underdeveloped, the only utilities that may be used are electricity for the guests and the owner, and smartphone charging in the charging area, water for the guests and those working at the site, but no lavatory or CR. For transportation, because the site is off the beaten path and on the crest of a hill, a four-wheeled vehicle or called habal-habal is the most suited mode of transportation going to the site. Air, for example, if you are traveling from outside the province, you will take a plane to Tacloban City Airport and then take a bus or even a van to the Hindang Terminal or simple drop up along the highway of Barangay Anolon, Hindang, Leyte for a service charge of 100 to 150 pesos. For water, example, if you came from an island, you would take a boat or a passenger ship that would depart from Bato or Hilongos Port. Then, from Bato to Hindang, you'll take a bus, a jeep, or even a tricycle with a minimum of 20 pesos, jeep fare 35 pesos, tricycle fare 40 to 50 pesos. If you took a bus from Sugod to Terminal to Hindang, the fare would be 90 pesos. If you were to take a van from Sugod Terminal to Hindang Terminal, the cost would be 150 to 180 pesos. If you're traveling to the tourist site in Anolon, Hindang, Leyte, which is the Alton's Peak, you will take a habal-habal or a tricycle which will cost you 15 to 30 pesos.
Tourist attractions. These are the famous tourist attractions that is located at the municipality of Hindang, Leyte, which are the Hindang Caves and Wild Monkeys, Cuatro Islas, Buga River, and the Diving Board. So the first is the Hindang Caves and Wild Monkeys. The quiet town is hidden below the peaks of Mount Bantok, where awesome caves inhabited with wild monkeys can be found. The caves in Hindang are more accessible than other caves in the Philippines. It can easily be accessed through the National Highway, which is 300 meters away from the Hindang Caves Park. Second is the Cuatro Islas, is Spanish for four islands, is a group of islands belonging to the municipality of Inupacan in Hindang. In the province of Leyte, Philippines consists of Mahaba, Apid, Digyo, and Himokilan Islands, and each island boasts its own beautiful shoreline and showcases of nature to which we can explore and discover one by one. Next is the Buga River. Buga River is located at Barangay Kapulusan, Hindang, Leyte, seeing nothing but beauty and scenery before you, and you will definitely get lost your thoughts by sharing at the pristine water in the river. Lastly is the diving board. located in Barangay Bontoc, Hindang, Leyte. The structure is built on the top of rock base and at the end. It just drop dips. That is why I think it's safe to jump. Just make sure you know how to swim. You can actually see from the diving board the Cuatro Islas consist of Himukilan, Mahaba, Apit, and Digyo Islands, also being visited by the island hoppers.
Alton's Peak Market Analysis. So the marketing analysis of Alton's Peak is divided into three categories: the international tourist arrival, the domestic tourism segments, and the international tourism segments. International tourist arrival category. So Alton's Peak is a new tourist destination and there has been no record of international tourist arrival in Hindang Leyte as of this time. So in order to enhance the number of visitors to that site, we propose to create a comfortable and reasonable overnight accommodations for the visitors. Domestic tourism segment. So the target market of Alton's Peak is those ages 20 to 40 because they're the one who had a lot of money and they're the one who go for adventure and for fun. So they are our target market. So we are planning to construct a kids playground, souvenir shops, photo booths for families, as well as to enhance the campsites for bonfire, for camping, and so on. Students on the other side are more daring and the one who seek out for fun and unforgettable experiences, so we include them in our target market. International tourism segment category. So we have developed a tour package which includes 3 days and 2 nights stay in Alton's Peak. So we have developed tour package for the promotion of the site. Tour packages are very essential in every destination, so we have developed ours. So the reason behind it is to give assistance to the tourists as well as to give a background of what Alton Peak is and what will happen during their visit. Aside of any other activities, tourists can also join or participate in harvesting vegetable and fruit crops in the site. Accommodation. So in Alton's Peak, the site is still a developing destination, so there is no enough accommodations yet and facilities. As a result, we are planning to build a comfortable, environmentally friendly accommodation such as an eco-lodge, which will help to protect sensitive neighboring areas, involves and benefits to the communities, provides interpretative and interactive experiences, and also spiritual togetherness with nature and culture. It is planned, designed, built, and operated in an ecologically and socially accepted manner.
To develop ecotourism facilities and experiences on Alton's Peak parks are ecological, sustainable, and ensure the preservation of the land's natural condition and protection of its cultural values. Mountains communities should invest in mechanisms that allows them to monitor development over time in the environment, economy, and in social, cultural aspects with strict regulations and visitors' use limits.
The vision. Our vision is to become a permanent ecotourism site with a purpose. Goals and objectives. Our goals and objectives is to create something memorable experience with a purpose, to develop a unique tourism product and services, to build essential facilities and establishments, and to conserve the natural areas. Strategies. In order to achieve the desired vision, everyone in the team must do the following methods or techniques. And these are: work as one, treat everyone in the team equally, everyone must act as a good leader, be mindful and a good listener, always think or work for the better improvement of the whole team, put your ego and selfishness away, always do the best that you can. Don't be so hesitant to give any suggestions when needed. Avoid competition within the team. Allow yourself to improve alongside with others. Work passionately. Be responsive and communicate effectively. Know your role and responsibilities. Deliver the wow service to the guest. Treat your guests and welcome them as one in the family. Always bear in mind the word sustainability. create endless alternative plans, stay focused in the present, but don't forget to look forward for the future.
Our site plan and zoning in Barangay Anon, Hindang, Leyte show the layout, design, and constructions of building, structures, and paving on the site in a way that protects the public interest and safety and economy, and also it protects from some of the possible bad outcomes of site development. The purpose of our zoning in our choosing site is allow the local and the national authorities to regulate and control land and property markets to ensure complementary uses. Zoning can also provide the opportunity to stimulate or slow down development in a specific area. Visitor plan. Our visitor plan is in our site, which is the Alton's Peak, shows what need to be followed, especially to our beloved tourists since we're in this pandemic. First is entering to our site. Second is checking temperatures and disinfect. Third is logbook. Every tourist need to fill up the required informations. Fourth is quick reminders to our rules and regulations. And the last is start of tour and exploring in our site. Discover the adventures around in Alton's Peak. In our site, activity management in Alton's Peak is showing what activity we offered in our site. First is entering the Alton's Peak. When the tourists enter in our site, they will see some signage that makes them aware of our rules and regulations, and also having them an idea what to do. The activity we offered in Alton's Peaks are biking, hiking, planting, and camping. As you can see in our site activity management, it shows what we want, and these activity managements help us to organize and emphasize the importance of relevance of the tasks that need to be in hand in our site. It also helps us to avoid miscommunications and mistakes of tasks that make us ruin our reputations. And also, it's really important to have a site activity management so that we can see the essential activities that need to be done efficiently, especially in the best possible way and effectively. This site activity management process consists of 4 primary functions that we need to know and must perform: the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling.
For action plan, project program activity description. For construction of accommodation facilities and infrastructure such as road, hallway, lodging houses, souvenir shop, campsites, and the entire area within the Alton's Peak. So for the strategic partner, will be the local tourism office, LGU, DOT, and DENR. And for the major resource requirements, financial capital assistance, construction materials, civil works, and logistics. All strategic partners and major research requirements will be the same. So for the time frame will be 2022 to 2023. And for the expected output, the Alton's Peak will be fully equipped. And yes, it is very important to construct the accommodation, especially road, hallways for an easy transportation, for lodging houses, for the accommodation of the tourist traveler or visitors, and so on. And for accommodation facilities and infrastructure repair and refurnish. As I said earlier, strategic partner and major resource requirements will be the same. For the time frame, 2022 to 2024. And for the expected output, the original feature and conditions of the accommodation facilities and infrastructure will be maintained and enhanced. Yes, it is very important to repair and refurnish the original beauty of accommodation facilities and infrastructure in order for the tourists to amaze and for them to feel home as well. Maintaining the beauty of the site is advantage. For adding and constructing new set of facilities and infrastructure such as mini market for the vegetable and fruit crops, and for the widening of the plantation area. The time frame will be 2022 to 2026. And for the expected output, the Alton's Peak will have its own establishment used for selling during vegetable and fruit crops harvest. The area will be widened for plantation purposes of either trees, fruits, and vegetables in order to conserve the natural beauty. Yes, it is important in adding mini market and to widen the plantation area in order to secure the fruits and vegetables. As technology improved and consumer incomes increased, it became possible to provide fresh produce year-round. And for the evaluation and monitoring of both the internal and external condition of the Alton's Peak, the time frame will be 2022 to 2027, and for the expected outputs, the problems, issues, and concerns will be addressed accordingly. Yes, monitoring the Alton's Peak should not be confused with evaluating the solutions. Monitoring the Alton's Peak helps to ensure that solutions is being implemented as expected. Evaluating the solutions occurs after the plan has been implemented and provides an indication of whether the solutions has rectified the problems. And for the establishing and implementing proper training and workshops for all the staffs of Alton's Peak. The time frame will be the 2022 to 2028. For establishing and implementing proper training and workshops for all the staffs of Alton's Peak. The time frame will be 2022 to 2028. So the expected output will be everyone in the Alton's Peak organization will be very skillful, responsible, and knowledgeable enough to give the wow services to the guest. Yes, one of the best way to enhance knowledge and skills is through training. For the staff training, it may improve the positively affect the productivity of workers, which can increase the profits and efficiency in Alton's Peak. Implementing training program will help employees feel like company is invested in them. By continuing to teach your employees new skills and abilities, or etc. Using this system to train the employees, staff will reinforce the necessity of meeting goals and help employees better understand of what is expected of them. And for the monitoring and evaluation, Alton's Peak has very good potential to become one of well-known ecotourism site locally and internationally. And for that reason, we have established plan to construct accommodation facilities and infrastructures, as well as more essential matters intended for sites' internal and external factors. We also made up a plan through the DOT and DENR guideline basis, most especially because it is an ecotourism destination. Our established action plan will serve as a guide to achieve the goals as well as the vision. And our vision for the Alton's Peak is to become a permanent destination, so we have created strategies and alternative plans to achieve it.